Hey guys, I'm Joyce. Welcome to my video diary. Today is Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. I have been listening to a whole lot of videos by, what's her name? Sophie Mahir. The videos that I've been listening to, I say listening because there's nothing to see. It's her talking to the video, basically like me. So I can walk around and get things done while I'm listening to what she says. Anyway, I have been listening to a bunch of her videos about a business plan for your art business and other business related things for artists. And it kind of goes along with this month's topic with self-coaching scholars, which is believing new things. And the sentence that I want to believe is that I net $100,000 income per year. I want to believe that. So it kind of goes along with this artist business as well, although there could be many different ways that I make $100,000 in net income per year. But I want to focus on the art business. So that's a goal of mine. Maybe not this year. I mean, it's an impossible goal, right? So who knows? Maybe it could happen. It's something I want to work toward. That's how you get there, you know. That's how you start to believe it. It's by working toward it. So anyway, my current plan with that is to create and sell my own products, and I do already create and sell some. But listening to Sophie, and I will put a link to just her YouTube page. So if you want to check her out, if you're an artist and you want some business advice and encouragement, you can check her out. So where was I going with that? Oh, listening to her videos has helped me clarify some things in my brain and just really simplify things. Knowing what I want to offer, just keep it just a very few things, at least at a time. There are some of my products that so far have not done well. So I may just sell what I have and not make any more of those. So what I'm wanting, my current plan is to, is make and sell my own handmade products, and then add print-on-demand products based off of my paintings, and then add in-person courses or retreats. Probably, I think a retreat would be fun. So same kind of thing. It's a learning retreat, an artist learning retreat. And then add an online course, and then start phasing out the rest. So that I can have passive income while I build the nonprofit. And that will be starting with a food pantry, a pet food pantry. Hopefully I would start that before I level through all of these other artist things. But we'll see. So then move on to the nonprofit, focusing on the nonprofit while my artist business becomes a passive income. And then be able to really focus on the nonprofit and to get to the point where I can draw a salary off of it. And I have done a lot of thinking about that. I have felt kind of icky about taking a salary for a nonprofit, but I worked for a nonprofit once. It's a sheltered workshop, and I got paid. And part of the point that I've come to make terms with, is that it? Make terms with? Make peace with? Come to terms. Come to terms with is that when someone is making a salary or even, an hourly wage, working for a nonprofit, that helps ensure that their whole focus is on that nonprofit because their bills are paid. They don't have to have another job. And from what I've seen, the most successful nonprofits are ones who have paid staff. And I totally understand some nonprofits, many nonprofits being volunteer only. I totally get that they don't take money from anywhere. Well, they don't have like grants and things like that. They do accept donations. No, that's not what my point was. My point was they don't have paid staff. They have volunteers. They're completely volunteer. And some of the smaller ones that aren't doing, I actually only know of one that is strictly volunteer that seems to be doing really well, and that is Furball Farm Sanctuary. I think they're in Minnesota. But well, like there are a couple here in Missouri, in the St. Louis area, and you see on their posts all the time, they'll say, sorry, we may not be able to get back to you right away because we all have our own full-time jobs, or they won't have funds, and any nonprofit cannot have funds. But my point is, if I want a nonprofit to be successful, which of course I do, because I want to be able to help pets and their people, and I want to be able to help them. So yeah, it's really important to be able to focus on that. And so I have made peace with getting it to a point where I can take a salary so that I can ensure that I can spend all of my work time on the nonprofit and not be, spending 40 hours a week at another job, even my own artist business, and then just hopefully having enough time to spend on the nonprofit. It's similar. It looks close to what I've been doing. My time has been split in many different ways. So anyway, I want to be able to get the nonprofit to a point where I can draw a salary so that I can really focus on that. And having my artist business to a point of providing passive income that I can live off of, at least partly, will help me do that too. I'm doing both, kind of transitioning, a little bit more on the artist business, a little bit more on the nonprofit, and then gradually phasing out the artist business, gradually focusing more on the nonprofit. So anyway, that whole thing is a goal that I have, and I've gotten a lot of clarification around that listening to Sophie talk about having an artist business. And I'm going to look into her recommendations for a business plan because it makes sense. Like she says, and like I've heard other people say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, basically. And that may or may not be true. It sounds like it's probably pretty true, and it's looking pretty true in my life. Not that I'm failing big time. I mean, I do make improvements very gradually. I think I could do a lot better if I made plans for them. So that's all something. It's kind of one goal. It's two, but they're intertwined, you know? And then I also want to get my cats and dogs transitioned to a raw diet. I would like to do that this year. I think I can put a deadline on that one for this year. I also want to get started treating my cats and dogs with applied zoopharmacognosy. And that's what I was telling you about last night. Oh my God, if you stuck through all of that rambling. It's something that I learned about through Caroline Ingraham, and I'll put a link to her. Well, last night I put a link to one of her videos on YouTube, but I'll put a link to her website in the description below. So that's something it's something I want to learn. It would be incredibly useful for the nonprofit. And I might even, once I get a little bit more comfortable, I might even offer it just for free to people in my community so that I can get some practice and hopefully build up some successful cases. So there's that also, and that's something that I think I can do this year also. And then the cats who, without going into a whole lot of detail, the main reason I am volunteering at the Clowder House, the cat sanctuary, is because I took 5 cats from one of the nonprofits, my own nonprofits, clients there. And I committed to getting those cats adopted. So the main reason I am volunteering at Clowder House is to keep in touch with those cats and take videos to share, none of which I have yet. And I took them there in September. So I want to get them adopted. I want to get those cats adopted. One of them was already adopted about, I don't know, a month ago, 2 months ago, by one of the other volunteers. So I'm very excited about that. So that's something that I want to get done also, which takes time with making videos. I mean, not just taking them there, but actually editing them. Those really need to be edited, I think. So yeah, several goals this year, and or at least I'm creating them this year. Whenever they come to, you know what? Something that Brooke says is you set a deadline. No matter what, you set a deadline. Even for an impossible goal, you set a deadline. And if you don't make the deadline, you just make a new deadline. You don't give up on the goal. You just make a new deadline. So anyway, that's it. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention, so because of these things, I am planning on reducing my posts. I'm not going to do every day. So I'm thinking I want to do one post for Heaven on Earth Handcrafts, my artist business, one post for Let's Stay Together Pets, which at this point would be because I want to take massive action and just really focus my energy on it. The post for Let's Stay Together Pets would be toward adopting these cats, getting these cats adopted. And that would be mostly on Facebook. Well, why? It wouldn't have to be mostly on Facebook. I mean, I can put it in both places. I can put it on YouTube and Facebook. So yeah, I'll probably do that. But Facebook has been very effective for finding homes for animals, for me. So yeah, 2 posts, one for Heaven on Earth Handcrafts, one for Let's Stay Together Pets, and one for just here, my personal diary. So the other two would not be on this channel. I have a YouTube channel for Let's Stay Together Pets. So that's where those posts would go. And I might link them here. I might link them in my personal posts. And then, well, I guess I would need to create. I don't think I have a YouTube channel for Heaven on Earth Handcrafts. I have a Facebook page. But anyway, so yeah, 3 posts a week, 1 for each of those things. And that's it. And because I will be doing posts on what I would consider in a professional capacity for Heaven on Earth Handcrafts and Let's Stay Together Pets, I will also be working on the way I make videos. So I will be, I guess that's kind of another goal. It's a sub goal, but so working on making notes for myself, writing a script, not saying all the time, being really concise about my delivery, and having a topic. Of course, with the cats, that's easy. The topic is Tigger, and the topic is Freya this week, you know, that kind of thing. But Heaven on Earth Handcrafts, anyway, I know I can do it. I know I can do it. It's a lot of planning, which is something that I've been getting stuck on. It's something that I have not been doing. Or when I do it, it's sporadic. So planning, I know, is a really big part of it, and I'm starting to feel more comfortable taking the time. Not like I have to feel comfortable in order to do it. I can just do it and suffer through it. But anyway, so that's it for tonight. I still haven't done my thought work exercise, so I'm going to do that while this is uploading. And I will talk to you guys later. The weather is turning gorgeous already. I guess we really did get an early spring, according to the, oh my goodness, what am I thinking? The gopher, the Groundhog Day, the groundhog. So, all right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Good night.